What's happening? What is happening? I'm so happy it's Friday. I'm happy to see you, ladies. Happy Friday. Thanks for joining me. If you heard all that, please hit a one. One in a bit. Oh, people having to get blocked already, I see. Well, Snapple Apple. I wonder what that son of a asshole said. Thank you, V in Training. Thank you so much. Well, V in Training is in the building, okay? Choco Cat is here. We have Poison Kiss 201. Talks with TK is here. Chocolate Goddess, thank you for coming. Daniel's in the building. How are you doing, my dear friend? KB, how are you? I mean, y'all don't filed in. Happy Friday again. Baby Queen off in this bitch. Lucy Adams up in here. Y'all just here. I'll be all day shouting out if I did that. Ladies, y'all remember the last time we was here and we brought all those facts, brought all those persons that were releasing live ammunition into the goddamn streets. Remember that? Well, in the black community, facts tend to hurt them physically. When I say hurt them, it hurt them for real. Now, I'm not talking about metaphorically. Physically, they get ill when they hear someone telling them what's right in front of them. Share screen. We already know what the grapes are. We know what it is. We know what they do. They're going to continue to do it. While you're here with me for the next 2 hours, they're going to be doing it. And then 2.5 hours later from that, another body will drop. But nobody wants to talk about that. That's called deflection. Remember? Well, this person in front of you, his name is Earl Thomas. We're going to talk about the women that love these type of people and their character. Their character is real weird. This person is an NFL player, well, ex NFL player. He played for the Ravens. He played for the Seattle Seahawks. But right now, he's just a free agent, bum, unemployed bum, who just got finished violating his wife's protective order. If any of y'all are familiar with protective orders, they aren't just issued. You don't just walk up and say, hey, I don't like him. Give me a protective order over him. No, they have to have a little bit of proof and history and all this shit, receipts to say why they should be issued a protective order, because protective orders are given by judges. Okay? Contrary to what you believe, you can't just put a restraining order, protective order, all that shit on anybody you pick in a crowd. They have to have done something. Well, she was issued a protective order. Therefore, we know he did something. Of course. I mean, look at him. Look at him. Just look at him. We know he did something, but not so fast, right? We're going to talk about the women in their lives. Okay, Earl is a violent motherfucker. He is. He's violent. The police got a hold of some text messages that he sent to a woman where he got 2 guns from. Why do you need 2 guns when you're going to see your kids? I don't fucking know, but you know. Okay. Later, he texts his wife, waiting on hand and foot is why I'll kick your ass. Now, remember, the bitches say not all. They do. But for some odd reason, even somebody, because this would be deemed a unicorn, correct? He married, got kids, got money. You know, he's there. But unicorns don't exist. They don't. As a matter of fact, it seems like the more money they get, the worse they treat you in that community. Prove me wrong, and I'll stand corrected. Anyway, the next day, police say Thomas, who's the grape you just was looking at, said, I hope you in the car with him and the kids and y'all drive off the road. Why would these good fathers want their children to drive off the road, regardless of what she doing? Don't you love your kids? But I digress. Okay? But this is the part that stuck out to me. The same day, police say he texted, I'm going to let my mama. You can't make this shit up. I'm going to let my mama and my cousins, right? Because you know those some more bitches. Poison their food. He's referring to his children. Okay, where are you going with this, DZ? I'm talking about the women that deal with them. They really ain't that much better. I'm of the opinion that if you are attracted to grapes, you probably have a little bit of character flaws yourself. You act like him a lot of the time, right? Of course, he cheated on her because that's what they do. And this woman pulled a gun out and pointed it at both of him and his mistress. This happened before this protective order was issued to her. In other words, she stayed around for the bullshit. Okay? She stayed there. Anyway, another woman that likes black males. What you're looking at is a disgusting bitch. She's a Hebrew Israelite. And let me go over here real quick, because I'm not going to explain this. Let's stop that screen share. And then we're going to reshare the screen, because I ain't got time for the bullshit. I don't. It's been real quiet in these streets talking about these shootings, but hey, let's go. Where this bitch at? Where is she at? Let's scroll down a little bit. Ah, there she is.
Now, an update to a story that we've been following since our 4 o'clock newscast. Investigators with the Fort Bend County Sheriff's Office tell us that there is no marriage license in that county for a 14-year-old girl who says that she was forced to marry a 47-year-old man last year. Deputies have arrested the child's supposed...
You heard that right. 47-year-old weirdo went on ahead and let her daughter engage in marriage and sex with a 47-year-old man. Let's keep going.
Husband and a woman. Stephen Carty was arrested and charged with aggravated sexual assault of a child Monday. And yesterday, Cherry Payton was charged with endangering a child by criminal negligence.
Just a very disturbing case. 13-year-old child married to a 47-year-old. I don't think there's anyone in Texas that's going to agree with that.
Now, the teen told a doctor that she had been married since she was 13 years old and sexually active. Carty told officials that they belong to the Hebrew Israelites faith. This investigation.
Hey, pro-black women, let me ask you a question. You guys seem pretty damn angry. You do. Especially when you're talking to me. Especially when you're talking to me. And then I see y'all running y'all mouth about, child marriage in other countries, third world countries to be exact. But you never, ever check next door. This is Texas. And that was a 13-year-old girl. Anybody seen any content? No? They still talking about the white man? Aaliyah, it's on you.
I mean, I guess I'm turning over the same leaf I had last week. I have decided that I am no longer trying to talk some sense into these mammies because I am not the dumbass whisperer. I just cannot relate to their obsession with Black Lurve and the black man and that they will go along with absolutely anything. A black man can't do shit for me besides get the fuck out of my face, and he better do it quickly and don't make me have to tell him twice. And so I just don't understand what these women are so mesmerized with. I mean, it's not like these men have winning personalities. They're not good people. These are some of the most unattractive, unintelligent, rude, lewd, disrespectful, crass, and vulgar group of men on the planet. Not to mention they're broke and cheap. They don't believe in paying for dates, so there's really no point in going out with them. Hell, you may as well take yourself out as give going out with their asses all together. I mean, they don't have any manners and they treat all women like shit. But if this is what they want, then they can be my guest, but I ain't going. There's absolutely nothing, zip, zilch, nada to be in love with. I mean, and they're messing with children now, 13-year-olds. I mean, there is nothing attractive about this group of men whatsoever.
Don't forget her mama. She the one arranged the whole situation. That's why the bitch got 30 years.
Yeah, dumb bitches too. That's why I say I am not the dumb ass whisperer. I'm tired of talking these mammy ass bitches too. I'm sick of them. Been tired of them. She set her own child up. And they call that sick ass shit them being Hebrew Israelites. Y'all bitches are a cult and you're sick.
Ladies, now, we already talked about Buffalo and the fake outrage there. And it seemed like Black women were really upset at the incident. And I get it. Hey, it is what it is. But you can't a couple of days later be surprised and upset what's going on with LeBron James' son and shit. Y'all act like some schizos. I swear to you, I told you when we were here before, nothing that a so-called white supremacist does is going to change what your men do. They don't really care about that. They're just fear-mongering you. Meanwhile, you're over here giving up your 13-year-old daughters just to say you got a motherfucker in your life, bitch. How dare you? Ebony?
Well, Aaliyah is not the dumbass whisperer. Okay. I agree.
Screaming. I love that term.
That's what it is. She's not the dumbass whisperer. I'm not the stupidity whisperer. This goes beyond conditioning, ladies. I mean, I could understand, trying to have some kind of solidarity, but you can't have solidarity with people who are not there. Mm-hmm. They are not mentally there. They're not physically there. They're not emotionally there. They're certainly not there for their children. Okay, so I'm this is not conditioning. This is not conditioning. This is fear. This is fear. Fear of what the unknown is. The devil, knocking you upside the head, raping your R-wording your kids and you and shooting you and all that. The devil is better than the devil you think you know. That makes no sense. You're cowards. That's all. That's all this is. It's beyond conditioning. You're cowards at this point. And a lot of Black women set up their teenage daughters by kicking them out of the house when they're pregnant, kicking them out of the house when they can't work, kicking them out of the house when hubby don't like them no more or boyfriends don't like them, kicking them out of the house if boyfriend decides he wants to assault the child and the child says no. Black women set up their girls every day. And you know what? Wrath be upon you, because I have nothing for you.
Yes, indeed, Star Shining. I saw the hypocrisy all over the wall. I saw it. It's just you that are not supposed to leave. That beautiful, beautiful young lady, and I mean, her skin is flawless. She's gorgeous. She looks like her mom did when her mom was her age. She's gorgeous. That was a problem that she took someone from the outside to the prom, but it wasn't a problem that LeBron James' son did the same exact thing. This is coming right off the so-called outrage. I'm still waiting for the retaliation for what happened in Buffalo. No, we're just gonna keep making podcasts and talking about what is and what ain't. You know what? You guys are fucking useless. You know who I'm talking about, Tyrone. You know what I'm saying. You sat up there and let this go down, and then the next thing you do is start gossiping about what teen is going to the prom. That's weak. They sit on the porch like a bunch of old biddies gossiping. That's their way to fight back. Gossip. And truth be told, they really can't do anything because everything they need to do said gossip, they get it from others. It is what it is. If it wasn't for others, I wouldn't be able to talk on here right now. If it wasn't for others, the manosphere couldn't spread their rhetoric. If it wasn't for others, none of them could talk the shit that they talk. It's this, like I told you last time, it's boring. Boring. But we finna tear these hoes up today. What's up, Shane?
Nothing much. Yeah, this with these women allowing these things to happen to their children. I don't think it's. I definitely don't think it's conditioning. It's beyond conditioning. I think it's like it's almost even beyond sickness. They may. I think they have a mental disorder beyond mental. Beyond being mentally challenged, there's something specific. There's something deathly wrong with someone who would do that to their child and be okay with that. And I think in these instances, everybody, not both, all the adults involved need to be deleted, or at the very least sterilized, so they can't create more children to terrorize. And as far as this prom thing, how pathetic are these people to be so worried about literal children? Who gives a damn what child takes what other child to a damn prom? Your life must be truly pathetic if you got time to worry about what babies are doing. Sit down and shut up.
It was the difference in reaction for me. Of course, the Black community did what they do. LeBron, that's good. That's good. That's fine. He's doing what he do because he's supposed to do it. He's just a kid. But Keisha and Omar's son, oh, she's a traitor. She's treasonous. She's horrible. She's this, that, and the third. And that's where that so-called quote unquote programming comes from. This is to be expected. Did y'all really expect anything different? The Black girl is supposed to stay. The Black dude is supposed to do whatever his heart desires. This is the story of Blackistan. It is. Elle, it's on you, ma'am. Okay, we're going to skip Elle for now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can.
Okay, do I sound clear?
You sound like you're getting a haircut.
Okay, look, I'm gonna go out and come back.
Okay, that's cool. It sounded like some clippers was buzzing in the back. All right, y'all, here we go again. The women that love Kangz and things. This cute little mama, pretty girl, working at the Fulton County Jail. Now, some reports says she's a medical assistant. Some people in other reports says she's a nurse. Either way, she had a decent job. She was making her own money at the jail. Who's at the jail? Who's at the jail? Well, the sons are at the jail. And who can resist a felonious fucking grape? I mean, come on. Who can resist that? Well, this is a licensed professional that thought it was a good deal to go ahead and try to smuggle contraband into the jail so that she can make sure that the Kangz was comfortable while they were doing their time.
No.
It gets worse.
Oh, God.
She's on the run. She's a fugitive from justice right now. Okay? Here's her story. Y'all, just hold your heart together because this is pathetic. Instead of leaving the community, you gonna do this? You worked hard to get your license. What do you do? Shut up, DZ.
A medical assistant accused of trying to smuggle drugs into the Fulton County Jail is on the run tonight.
Takara Ford faces felony drug charges. Fulton County Sheriff Pat Lamont credits a jail captain with stopping Ford's plan. Fox 5's Deidre Dukes is live at the jail with the latest on the search for the suspect. Deidre?
Well, anyone entering the Fulton County Jail, that means that whether you're a visitor or whether you work here, you must pass through security. But this medical assistant, we are told by the Fulton County Sheriff, ran into trouble as she arrived to work because an employee noted that she smelled like marijuana. And they said when they asked her about it, she admitted that she had smoked pot before she arrived.
This is Georgia. This was in Georgia. Let me tell you what's going on here. You had to know she was doing something awful because in Georgia, you can't admit to no goddamn board that you smoking pot. It's not legal here. So when she said she was smoking in her car before she came in, she thought that was a lesser crime than what she's actually doing. Y'all, this gets terribly worse. Let's go.
Arrived to work.
When she got to the security checkpoint, she was acting a little nervous.
Fulton County Sheriff Pat Lamont credits a captain at the jail for catching Takara Ford in the act after the contract nurse reportedly showed up to work smelling like marijuana.
She smelled a hint of marijuana, and she asked, and actually the young lady then said that she had smoked prior to coming to work, which is against all rules and regulations. We began to search her bag as normal. And she grabbed her keys and ran and walked through the parking lot, jumped in her car and left.
Ford fled in a black Nissan Altima, Tennessee tag 75A-R44. These are images of the illegal contraband deputies say they found in Ford's bag. 6.8 ounces of marijuana, 20 grams of crack cocaine, 200 cigarettes, and 2 packs of tobacco. Sheriff Lamont says investigators reviewed a recorded phone call between the suspect and other individuals in which it appears she discussed how she would smuggle the drugs. The sheriff says she had worked at the jail for a few months and that all contract employees are screened.
We screened all of our contract employees. This just happened to be a situation, unfortunately, where I believe the young lady has been influenced by some internal contact. And for us, it is certainly unfortunate to lose a good nurse, but it is time that she turn herself in.
Y'all are doing this because you don't think you can do better. You don't think you could do better. She was looking for dusty snacks from the inmates. Even with the cigarettes, y'all, in Georgia, the jails are smoke-free facilities. So the cigarettes are even contraband. She fucked up, y'all. She fucked up. She's going to have to face licensure, sanctions and all kind of shit. All of this so that you can say, what? I mean, what is it?
Black women, DZ, even though they pass a certification exam or a licensing exam, doesn't mean they're smart, as we all know.
Y'all, you had to pay tuition, you had to study, you had to sacrifice. Anybody that's gone to college, got a career, and got licensure knows what I'm talking about. You have to miss out on a lot of shit in order for that to happen, while everybody else is out doing what they do, having fun, going out to eat, staying up late, sleeping in, all that shit there. You have to sacrifice that for a few years because you always busy. And with Black women, they usually have a job while they're in college. So then you have to work on top of that. Also, a Black man can say, job well done. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. This story right here stung me to my fucking core. I was like, God damn, you got to be kidding me.
This is just more that dumbass shit that I refuse to reason with, because it's like, girl, all of that specialized training, going to school, taking exams, like you said, you actually have to pay for that shit. And this school is not cheap. And you sit there all that time, you go to those classes, you take those exams, you do whatever it is that you need to do to get your credits to make sure that you can get whatever degree or certification or whatever it is that you need to get. And only to turn around and throw all that shit down the toilet, basically, for absolutely nothing. See, I don't have time for that stupid shit. Being in the medical field in any capacity is not easy. So you just basically wanted to, you flushed your career down the drain for what? That ghetto shit, fucking around inside the jail cells. So they already didn't have anything to lose, and you decided to go in there and throw your life away too. You decided they needed company. Like, what the fuck was the point of that? See, I just don't have the time or patience to keep dealing with this stupid shit, and I don't coddle women like that. I don't have time for that dumb shit.
I know psychologists, psychiatrists, physicians who've done the same.
It don't matter how high they go.
Amen.
When they want to get Dusty's attention, they'll throw it all away. And I just don't understand. I can't relate to that. They're doing this for the men that tell them that they are the most disgusting women on earth. That's why I tell y'all, check it out. You can't be friends with these women. So say, for instance, you're her friend. Y'all work at the jail together. Guess who's up under investigation now because you liked her so much? They think that birds of a feather flock together. That's why you can't even be seen with these motherfuckers. I don't want nobody investigating me because she was my friend. The fuck?
I don't get it. Nothing about the medical field is easy. I'm sure she had to sit through phlebotomy and learn how to draw whole blood and all of that shit just to be a medical assistant. And again, you threw all of that training away for this ghetto ass shit. I ain't got time for that. I don't have time for that.
Me either.
I know a veteran nurse who got killed by hers. So
wow.
After he got out of jail.
Wow.
I mean, this woman was, when it came to nursing, she was the top. She was the top. She was top of her profession. And
she's in her 20s. She's in her 20s. They was asking how old she is. I don't know exactly how old she is, but she's in her 20s.
I'm trying to figure out what is it that they have. I mean, they try with everybody. They're the easiest guys to get. So
I'm still trying to figure out why the fuck.
If she was gonna try to flex, it should have been for somebody who was free. She took her ass in the Fulton County Jail. They were already locked up.
Amen.
Like, if you gonna flex, you took your ass inside the prisons where I can guarantee you, because I've been there on a professional capacity myself, the majority of them in there fucking each other. So you ain't even their type. You are not even their type. So you doing all that for what?
Why couldn't she just call in? Why couldn't she
had to bring the niggas they contraband. She got to go to work to do it.
Oh, geez.
I know it's stupid to you and it's stupid to me, but it's like, I can't be around nobody that's stupid. You know what I be thinking? These people are driving vehicles on the same roads that I use. If you this stupid, I don't want you near me with a vehicle because you dumb. You might hit me, bitch. I can't. Elle, is your mic back working?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All I have to say is I agree with Aaliyah. I'm no longer the desperado whisperer. So I no longer am going to be trying to talk some sense into these individuals, these women, these females, because it's not going to do any good. They have their mind made up that they're going to wait and put up with all kind of shit, including, damaging or ending their careers to look or to try to have access to that unicorn. So there's really nothing you can do. You just got to move on, worry about yourself, and you can't try to save these hoes.
I tell you what, if a bitch is sitting up here thinking that she gonna find a unicorn in a Fulton County jail, they need to go ahead and bake her at her ass pronto. Pronto. You looking for a unicorn in jail? That's where you
I'm
starting at?
telling you, and Fulton is the absolute worst. You to talk about STDs, that's all they got going back and forth in there. They swapping that shit, and then them niggas get out and start spreading that shit on the streets. But that shit is rampant inside those prisons. There are tons. They have these communicable disease investigators from whole infectious disease units that will go to the jails to go in there to try to not only get them tested, but get them linked to care. Because that's what that is. It's so much shit going on around in there. So again, if you're gonna flex for something, at least pick a nigga that ass is free out here on the street. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Y'all, I know Aaliyah already know, but Atlanta is still the number one hub for HIV infection. So don't let nobody in Oklahoma, California, and all these different places convince you to move to Georgia. Because I'm telling you,
HIV and syphilis is the wicked combo. Go ahead.
I mean, the shit log is on fire. Not only is it a shit log, it's gonna end your damn life, sis. Don't bring your ass to Georgia. Pick anywhere else. Go anywhere else. But Blackistan, that's an HIV hub because you got a whole bunch of down low brothers tearing your ass up and tearing his ass up too. It just is what it is. Welcome to the panel, Lipstick.
And I mean, and it's sad because they're trying to find a way to see, like, it's so much shit that you can't give them because they're in jail. So it's like, you can't go in there and give them condoms. You can't do that. It's so much shit that you can't give them because they're not going to do the right thing with it. And it's contraband technically. So it's really no way to try to put a cap on some of the shit that's going on in there. And like I said, they get out and then those very same men turn around and go back to their baby mamas or their girlfriends or whoever it was they was with before they went to jail or whoever they need to live with now that they're free. They go right back to those women and pretty much hide everything that they did while they were locked up. And it's just, it never ends. It's just a whole bunch of bullshit. So, I mean, if you're gonna throw your life away for some shit like that, like, girl, she gets no sympathy from me. So when they catch her dumb ass, they need to throw her under the fucking jail.
Oh, they will. They're charging her with 12 felonies. Hello.
Well, she's silly. I mean, at least go for Club Fed for a millionaire or something. Damn, this is crazy. Okay. I'm trying. Maybe they act like victims and women maybe have this soft spot for them.
Let me tell you something, Ebony. You are a scientist, so you're always trying to look for why something is happening.
Yes, ma'am.
There is no answer when dealing with mammies and dusties. There is no logic. There's no reasoning. It's only victimhood, shaming. That's all it is. There's no reasoning there. You ain't gonna be able to pin it down because they all got separate reasons as to why they being dusty fucks.
Okay, then I will reiterate my point. I lost nothing walking away.
Period. And neither will you. Go ahead, Lipstick.
I'm glad they started talking because my mouth was full. But look, everything Aaliyah said, that they throw away their whole lives for shit log that's been locked up. And then they wonder why their pussy smell like mothballs and tuna fish. Because they're dealing with these niggas that's been fucking each other for years.
I don't mean to laugh, but it's true. Their pH balance be fucked up. That shit is acid. It probably changed the color of the crotch of they goddamn pants they wearing. It's that acidic. fucking with them. Truth be told. Well, this was a career situation. So, ladies, here we go. Imagine being a mammy and you found yourself a sickly boyfriend who happens to be a dusty. You pour your all into him, just like the stupid jackasses that mammies are. Give him everything, only to find out he's cheating on you with another woman. But hey, that ain't it. What's really the tea is that he married to a third bitch over here that neither one of you knew about. Let's go, jackass.
Well, a surprise twist today for a murder suspect in Spring, Texas, caught in a love triangle.
A woman accused of killing her lover over his other lover finds out that he had a wife all along, too. Fox 26's Tiffany Justice live with this deadly affair.
Everybody got that, or is anybody confused? Okay, let's go.
The wife saying the ME's office finally released the body to her after confusion over who was the real wife. A love triangle leaves a Spring man dead. The Harris County Sheriff's Office saying an adult female, Karen Stewart, advised responding deputies that she shot her husband after he told her he was in love with another woman. That other woman was with him at the time. Karen Stewart is now...
Just look at that face for a second, y'all. It just makes me smile. That is, I fucked up and I'm a dumbass personified. You can't get no better than that. And she's saying that that's her husband. She's not married to him. She's not married to him. His wife is going to actually speak. On top of that, she's a dumbass. But DZ, she didn't have anything to do with it. Well, you wait to see what she got to say. This is a failure altogether. God damn it, these hoes is dumb. They dumb.
Now in jail, charged with murder, bond set at $75,000. The love triangle unfolding as investigators learn more. Stewart is a girlfriend of James Hardgrove, the victim. James married but recently separated.
I got the call that my husband had been shot, and they took him to Houston Northwest. He didn't make it. It's very hard to believe.
Did y'all hear that? She still feels sorry for him, even though he got bitches out here so in love with him that they're committing murder for him. She goes on to say that they're still friends and all this shit here. This is he's sickly. We talking about a man that has a ton of health problems, and he was able to get 3 of y'all, goddamn it, and 1 to kill for him. I don't want to hear it.
But if she's the beneficiary, I would be happy as hell. I'd be doing the stanky leg and the nay-nay on his grave.
I get it about the money. The bitch said that was her friend, though. She's taking up for his character like a dumbass. Listen.
We've been married for 14 years. It's very hard to believe.
Sandra Hartgrove, the wife, is in disbelief, saying they separated in November and that she was unaware of the other women.
I've never met the person. I have no idea. My knowledge is she's a caregiver.
She says James was her best friend and they spoke every other day.
Talked to him every other day. I haven't really seen him since my nephew's wedding, but I talked to him every other day. He just recovered from COVID. He had been in the hospital. He was there 5 months. He couldn't walk. He had 2 heart attacks, a stroke, his kidneys failed, and he had just recovered from all of that. So for him to make it through all of that, to end like this is real disheartening.
It's disheartening. She feels sorry for him, y'all. She said that was her friend, her best friend. So yeah, I get it with the money. I get the money too. But yeah, he'd be a bastard as far as I'm concerned. You might want to get that mic out of my face if y'all want to preserve this nigga. I'll start a countdown. 3, 2, okay? Don't ask me about him. I ain't got nothing to do with that. He got bitches out here killing other bitches for him. I don't know what you're talking about. Where do I process my check? Fucking weirdos. Shane, what's up, babe?
I'm just in disbelief over here. I mean, it's bad enough to even date one that's functioning, but you got one that's on his last leg. I mean, don't nothing work on him. You ain't gonna, if he's that sick, his shit log ain't even working on him. So what the fuck? It makes this, and it can't be that he's such a smooth talker, because you know those they're barely literate. So I'm confused. I'm confused. I don't get it. I'm confused. Oh goodness.
Lipstick, they
And
asking you in the
we're talking.
comment section what money. That's what I'm thinking. Beneficiary of
Look,
what?
I'm trying to see the light at the end of the tunnel. But somebody said this ain't a love triangle, this a love rectangle, and I'm dying.
I don't understand, DZ. You know, when you think of men, you kind of think of stallions, right? But most black men are ready for the glue factory.
Stallions. That's what they're not.
These y'all friends. These bitches that be in comment sections talking about how awful we are. Look, where's the comments about this man? Got one woman in prison, one woman over here mourning him, and the third woman, she just was like, fuck it, I'm not gonna come on camera at all. I don't have time for this shit. I'm speechless. I just, if you got mammy friends, mammy family members, this is the shit that they consider rational. And if I were you, I would step back from them as well.
And these are the women that can continue on to look down their nose and talk shit about women like me. And at the end of the day, she can still kiss my entire ass right along with that nigga she sit next to. I don't give a fuck. Y'all are some sick ass people, you and him. There is not one of them walking this planet that's worthy to try to kill somebody over.
Aaliyah, at least you don't have twat rot.
Oh, so yeah, there's that. There's always that.
My God, y'all. This shit is too easy, number one. Number two, it makes sense to everybody that's here, except for the folks in the clouds, you know. I got another one for you, mammies. This one, you might have a little problem with. You, the ones that still like Dusties, because I'm going to tell you why. You get triggered when you see women that look like her because they're preferred by Nakers and you don't like that shit. Nonetheless, this is a woman that likes black men. And okay, it's getting ready to get quite embarrassing. First, let me show you what I'm talking about. So you don't be like, what the fuck you talking about, bitch? I'm fixing to show you. There it is. There she is. The product of a Naker and a Becky. Okay. She leans more to the mammy side, as you can see. The box braids, the flyaway lashes, all that shit. But I'm going to tell you something. Their mindset is very, very dangerous. This just happened hours before we came on here today. I want to say about 3 hours ago. Aaliyah, take over so I can go ahead and bring this up because, darling, it's getting ready to be a shit show.
I have no idea what the fuck she did. What did she do?
You fixing to find out. You fixing to find out. Hold on one second. I screamed laughing when I saw this shit, y'all. You don't have to be upset that they prefer them, ladies. It doesn't matter. You don't want to be in a competition with them anyway.
I couldn't care less who the fuck they prefer. Just stay the fuck away from me. And the sooner black women understand that and adopt that attitude, shit will get better. Who gives a fuck what they like? These are the lowest men on the totem pole. What they like don't mean shit to me. I don't give a fuck. I didn't give a fuck who Ronnie James went to prom with. Hell, shout out to Kamari Epps. She picked a cutie pie. He is a cute white boy. And the rest of those girls at that school need to follow her lead. Fuck going to prom with Tyrone Jr. Go find you the finest white boy you can and put him in a tux and have a good time. Fuck them. Fuck them all in the ass. I promise.
I think they need to ban proms for some. I can't say for black people because that'll sound racist.
Girl, y'all watch with the
Well, we can ban them, can't we?
They would call that racism.
Oh, in certain parts of Mississippi, they do have separate proms. they still
do.
have separate
to this
proms
day.
today.
To this
Yeah.
day, yes, I don't blame them. Y'all check out homegirl from Florida. In Polk County, Florida, they sheriff is amazing. Y'all are familiar with Mr. Grady. I love him to pieces. Here we go.
It's nice to be able to do a press conference about something that is serious, but it's not necessarily real sad. I want to introduce you to Tiana Jones. She's 22. She's a pretty lady, but she was mcmad.
I'm fucking hollering. Ladies, if you're still confused, the beautiful young lady that he's showing, she acted a whole goddamn Blackistani fool because they got her online order wrong, and he said she was mcmad. Okay? She went to tearing up the place and went to mctwerking. You will see as we go along. Go.
That's right. She had ordered fish fillet, a Happy Meal with a chocolate shake, a sweet tea, and a Sprite. It was a special order. She ordered it online. So when she arrives at the McDonald's at 92 in Cumbie to pick up her order, they have it ready, but because it was a special order, they confused some things, and they asked her, pull up to window 3. We'll fix it for you really quick. Well, she got mcmad. And instead of pulling up at window 3, she parked and went inside, and she started having a conversation. I'll show you the video clip in just a minute. The whole event went on about 10 minutes. We've clipped it down to about 2. And the longer she talked, the madder she got. And in the process of all of this, she dialed 911. Did you hear what I said?
Yes, sir.
She dialed 911 and complained about her order at McDonald's.
Y'all getting ready to see later on in this show why I don't give a fuck about what you're talking about. 911 take too long to come in our neighborhood. This is why you can't be the problem and complain about the problem at the same time, you dumb bitch. But anyway, hold up, Mr. Grady. Go on to the video. Go on, show what she did. Because I'll give y'all this. Here we go.
She's a preference Karen.
Baby, watch this shit. I hollered.
Out of the store. You can't make this up.
Facts.
This is going to be interesting. Look right here. I'll narrate it. So here she comes because her order is not correct. She starts calm. She gets a little more animated.
Child.
Oops, she's getting mcmad. Now they are offering to redo her meal, give her her money back, practicing big time customer service to no avail. She's paying zero attention. Well, here comes the 911 call, we believe. She might have also called her family in the midst of all of this, but we have a lot of it on a 911 call. You'll be able to hear it when we give it to the news media. There she goes assaulting him. She is not happy, but you won't be able to play it on the evening news. Now she comes behind. Look at this. She's out of control. Now her sister comes up. That's her sister. Her sister's trying to calm her down. That's not working too well. She has 911 dialed in.
I can't. Mind you, lady, she's 5 months pregnant.
Now, understand we've cut this from 10 minutes to 2 minutes. There's a whole lot of other drama here. Now she pulls her shirt up. There you go.
Hey, Blackistan is a bitch.
See y'all later.
This is the mindset of bitches that fuck with niggers. I can't be friends with any of them. Sorry, not the fuck sorry. Can I ask y'all a question? Why is it that when they always dealing with niggas, when they go to fast food restaurants, right? And fast food restaurants get shit wrong all the time. It's just the nature of the beast. That shit makes a bitch that deals with nakers click. She goes all the way off. I think it's displaced anger because she can't do it to him. But you leave them bitches fries out that bag and watch what happens. Watch what happens.
DZ, what was her charge? What was her actual charges?
Okay.
She assaulted somebody, right?
He's gonna list them down real quick. Let me go back.
And I feel bad for putting McDonald's and Wendy's and places like that, because people always want to come in there and tab they shit.
Girl.
It's sad. Why McDonald's get it bad? Like
But it's
the
like, how
worst.
do you go? How do you go from all of that to twerking? Like, how do you?
They crazy.
I don't
girl.
understand the transition.
That's the blackest standing mating call.
That's that nigga jizz. It be going up to these bitches' brain. Let's take that twerk back for a second. Okay? Pregnant stomach showing and everything.
Understand, we've cut this from 10 minutes to 2 minutes. There's a whole lot of other drama here. Now she pulls her shirt up. There you go. There's a little twerk on the way out the door.
Lord have mercy.
See y'all later. And she leaves. We need to find her. She's running. She's hiding. She didn't get her Happy Meal or her fish sandwich or her chocolate
He
shake
cracking jokes because he
or
know this
sweet
shit
tea.
ridiculous.
But she managed to get herself into a lot of McTrouble. Now, I want to tell Tiana, when she comes to jail, we don't have any McDonald's. That's right. And we're not going to give her any golden arches, but we are going to give her a pair of silver handcuffs. And then when she eats, there are no wonderful chocolate milkshakes, no sweet tea, and no Sprite. We'll have this for y'all. Help us locate her. Call Crime Stoppers, 1-800-226-TIPS, and you can make money just by helping us find this lady who went McCrazy for no McReason.
I put the link to the video down here, y'all.
She had paid. They offered to give her her money back. That didn't satisfy her. She was just out of control. Now, why did she do this? We don't know. But we're going to ask her just as soon as we arrest her, and we're going to do that sooner rather than later with your help. She is from Lakeland.
I left the link in the comment section. Y'all, she's charged with several things, including the endangering of a fetus, assault on goddamn workers, and all kind of shit. I know he said she got 2 felonies, all because she couldn't wait for them to fix her order. Lady, I can't. If you didn't like it, just cancel the order. Tell them you ain't never coming back and leave. Homegirl pulled up her shirt, showed her pregnant stomach, gave them a little bit of twerk, and now she on her way to jail because she tearing shit up. I can't be friends with somebody like that. I don't want to be on the news. I don't want anybody, I don't want to be a part of that. She ain't gonna be able to shake this shit off unless she's never been arrested before. But when I showed y'all her picture, one of them, the one on the left, was a mugshot. So, hey, you already fucked up your chance to do this pre-child intervention program they have in Florida. So, because you can't have a criminal record at all to qualify for that. But that's on her. It's on you, Lipstick. Jesus Christ.
I don't know what the McFuck I just McWatched, but I do know that is he a sheriff?
Yeah, he does these little press conferences all the time, and usually he comes on when something disgusting has happened. I'm talking about kids getting fucked up and all that kind of shit. But he did it for this particular incident as well. He is a sheriff of all goddamn sheriffs, okay?
I love this man. I want him in my county.
He's fucking amazing. I absolutely love this man. But because I like motherfuckers that don't play around with that Blackistani bullshit. You need to knock this shit off. You need to knock it off. They act like toddlers. That's how they function. They always want for society to take care of them. We as victims, y'all. They act like toddlers. Go ahead, girl.
No, I was just laughing. He said we don't have any golden arches, but we do have a set of silver bracelets for you when you get your. I mean, he could do nothing but crack jokes because he know that shit was ridiculous. That makes no sense whatsoever. But better them than us. But I'm just curious to see what that comment section of that video looks like. Because usually they are a lot more kinder when it's one of the preferences with that ghetto hood rat ass behavior than if she was of a darker hue, if you know
dragged her
what I
ass.
mean.
They dragged her ass. That comment section is comedy gold. And I'm surprised if it's still on because they was acting such a fool up in that comment section that they may have cut the comments off. It was amazing. I had fun. Okay. Welcome to the panel, Red Bell. How are you? Okay. Welcome to the panel, Capricorn Countess. How are you? Oh, y'all just sitting back there.
Hey,
grilling.
DZ pausing tonight.
I mean, god damn. XSSS, how are you?
Hey, you can hear me?
Yes, I can. And thank you for answering on the first shout, girl.
Oh, okay. I'm a little nervous because this is my first time up here. But no, this is really funny to me because this reminds me of my little preference friend I had as when I was in school or whatnot. Like she used to act just like this when she never got her way. It's hilarious to me.
Well, I've seen a lot of women, including Karens, act the damn fool. And usually they're, black male adjacent. You get what I'm saying? Whenever
Yeah.
you deal with them, they don't character build. They don't give you a reason to walk around this bitch with a decent attitude because it's all struggle. All they do is struggle, no matter who the woman is. But when they deal with nakers, you can tell, just number one, by the way they speak. Number two, their fucking temper is hair trigger. You can't do shit, including not give them their fries, right? Without them acting a whole fucking fool.
I will co-sign what you just said, and I use my own story before I divested, and I was still dealing in Blackistan. I can admit that I had a very, very short fuse when it came to service people. I can look back on that and see the type of person that I was then compared to now. Like now, you screw up my order, oh well, fix it, give me my money. Like that doesn't even faze me now. I'm so relaxed and controlled now, and in such a good place. That stuff doesn't even bother me.
Yeah.
Sorry, but when I was in Blackistan, I didn't talk shit to those people because I'm thinking you got to make my food, so I want to be as nice as possible to you.
Not always talk shit, but I don't know how to articulate it. Even though I never got ugly with people, I still felt that I was, there was this feeling that I felt aggravated. But I don't even have that now.
Because non-divested black women are they're angry.
Right.
Anything sets them off.
Right.
And divested black women, truly divested black women, I'm not talking pick-me's or fence sitters or any mammies or whatever. Truly divested black women are chill. They don't have a whole lot of naked jizz to deal with. And I have this theory that the DNA, the naked DNA does get to your brain. Okay? I mean, I know it sounds weird, but they have found sperm DNA in people's brains post-mortem. So naked jizz, stay away from it. It's bad. It's bad.
And I also think, Ebony, is because when we become divested, we are able to rest in our femininity. So we don't have that masculine energy in us.
You don't need it. You don't need it.
Right. We don't need it and we don't have it. So we're able to be more calm and relaxed and dainty and feminine because we're in that. That's where we are in our journey. And I can look back 10, 15 years from now and I see myself now and I'm a totally different person.
Yeah, non-black women are hair trigger because everything is a slight to them. The whole world is hostile to them. The black men are hostile to them. That you're ugly, you this, you that. Other black women are hostile to them, and they're not trustworthy. The dominant society is hostile to them because they act a fool half the time, and they can't recognize when someone is being kind and want their betterment.
Right.
Y'all, it's just a hot mess. And if you think that you're not swapping energies with the person that you laying down with and thinking you just gonna get a quick screw, you better hope that shit is protected, because once that shit dumps off in your vagina, baby, you got a gift. You got a gift. That's why you need to gatekeep that motherfucker. You have to gatekeep that. You know, I'm not with the slut shaming and none of that shit, but you better be protected out here
You do have to
because
gatekeep. Yes.
you
Can I ask
have
a
to.
question?
Yes.
Okay. So I already asked the question in the chat, but I don't know if anybody saw it because we was laughing at Mr. Sheriff right here.
I love him, girl.
Yes, he's hilarious. I watched a couple of his videos the other day. But so this I don't know if it's I don't know. Okay, I'm very confused. Okay, so this dude is pursuing me, like he's, I guess you could say, courting me. I haven't
You
really
get ready to
said
tell
that.
a story about your dating life, girl. We up here roasting.
No, I'm not. I'm just gonna ask the question.
Okay, go ahead.
Come
Get to
on.
the meat and potatoes, goddamn. Come on,
Okay.
come on, girl.
Okay, so he's biracial, right? And I'm a little confused to how to go
What
about
race
this.
is his daddy?
He's white.
So
Well,
his dad white, mom black,
yeah, white and Asian. His dad is white. He's mixed.
and
white
mom is
and-
Asian.
No, his dad is white and Asian. His mom is black.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm like, I was confused because when I was talking to, I don't know if they were really divested or not, but they're girls my age because I'm 19, right? So I don't like they were saying, like, oh, you can't, because he's still like, he still has black in him, so you can't really date him like that and whatnot. And I'm like,
If
well,
he got dusty tendencies, they're absolutely right. You got to be careful with the motherfuckers. Real talk. If they
yes,
got
because that's
any dust, if you smell any dust, get your ass away from him.
okay, because
Period.
that's what I was checking out. I was like checking the list because he's been doing this for a while, like almost 6 months, right? So I was like, he's checking out because I was like, oh, we could just be friends and whatnot. And he's checking out on my list, like he doesn't identify with Blackistan or nothing like that. Well, I never talked to him about it, but he doesn't.
I got you, girl. Let me go ahead and tell you what the deal is. It don't matter which one of his parents are, you might want to get with the one that has the black mom, but even then, you got some swirlers out here that are still fucked up and will expose their mixed sons to the dusties in their family. So you just got to do some assessing. Keep your eyes open. First sign of dust, kick his ass to the curb. Period.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Sapphire, welcome to the panel.
Hi, how do I sound?
You sound great. What you got?
Hi. Okay. First of all, I lost track of how many Mick whatever jokes he just made. Like he went in, and I just thought that was hilarious. Okay, so my main point. I actually have a question. So the type of girls that the Mick dumbass we just watched are growing up. I'm realizing now that they triggered me. And
were you triggered because they were preferred by black men? Because
no, I mean they're when they would be irate and just kind of feel like you got to walk on eggshells around them. Like I don't really have any memories of any of them going off on me in particular, but I remember feeling uneasy around them. And
when you say them, you mean biracial women?
I mean the dumb girls that y'all was just describing, the birds who go off for no reason and they think it's cute. You know what I'm saying?
I don't hang around.
No, yeah, that's
like that. So, I just don't.
Sorry, I know that the first step is to just not be around them.
Period.
But I mean, I live in my city is majority black, I think. So I don't know. I feel like they're gonna be there.
Well, you don't have to be around anybody that you don't want to. I don't care if you swimming in grapes. You don't have to be around them. You don't. You have control over who's going to be around you. If you've got to just chill out and do your Netflix at the house, that's what you do. You don't have to be around them, period, even if you live in the hood.
And when people say, oh, I live around black people, do y'all not have transportation, planes, trains, automobiles,
go
buses?
places, go other places, go where the white people are.
Right.
go somewhere different. There's nothing wrong with trying and hanging out in different places. And I don't know. I'm used to going places by myself. People act like it's so horrible to be by themselves or enjoy their own company. I don't understand none of that. But
Well, when I was around black,
when I hear people saying that, but I live in a black town, shit, it just comes off as you looking for a reason to say you have to be around them niggas. I'm just keeping it
No,
real with you.
actually, you guys, somebody just said something that sparked. Okay, yesterday I drove like 40 minutes to do some stuff, and wherever I went, there were like no black people, and it was like super peaceful. Like
Okay, so you got it then. You got it. You
I just
to
realized
get away from them. You got away from them, and it was peaceful. As simple as that. I don't know why the half Becky was triggering you. I bet you she don't trigger me. Period. Soon as she start that nonsense, I'm out of here. It's like, where the hell did DZ go? I'm gone.
Like, I remember things would happen and my peers would feel like I should go off like that, and because I didn't, like, I remember being called a punk because I just was like, well, it's not a big deal.
You care what motherfuckers from Blackistan think? Do you? I know I don't.
If I'm around them and I'm 14 years old, it mattered, but that's not me anymore. And I get that.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Absolutely.
Okay. All right. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you. Have a nice night.
You too, Sapphire.
DZ, I think one day you just need to do a 2-hour therapy line where people just you just take calls and then you just give your divestment therapy, and that's it.
girl, that would be a line around the corner.
That I was about to say that shit. That should be so emotionally and mentally draining.
The majority of the calls now, or should I do this, DZ? What do I feel about this? I'm like, DZ, girl, DZ, they want you to fix their life.
All you have to do is get the fuck from around them. I know excuses when I hear them sometime. I used to be 14 too. Still didn't hang around them niggas.
I didn't either.
I just, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You don't have to be around them. And when you present it like you have to, like you have no choice. Now, if you're a minor and you're living in your family's house, there's really nothing you can do about that. Absolutely not. But those niggas that don't live in your house, you don't have to be around them. Hell, every now and then when I was in high school, I would just sit in the library. If it was too many niggas in the cafeteria, I would just go sit in the library.
I had to.
And when I got old enough to have a car, I went and ate lunch in my car. You don't have to be around them.
Yeah,
fuck all that.
You don't. I mean, I did it while I was a minor, and what it is, I just shut down and disengaged. I read a book. I watched something. I wrote. I did it because I did not want to be pulled into some type of Blackistani stupid dialogue. And they would always try to bait you when they see you not, dealing with them. They will try to bait you to see what the hell's going on with her. Why did she, So keep your peace. That's all I'm saying. Keep your peace.
Let me ask y'all young folks in the comment section something, because this is a serious fucking question, and please answer it. When somebody says, oh, the Gen Zers got it going on, they ain't mammying like that, they ain't not doing this, they ain't taking shit off these niggas. Then when somebody is, kind of beating around the bush and you can tell they still around niggas a lot, y'all say, but she's 19. So which is it? Is it Gen Zers know better? Or is it that y'all acting confused? Because you can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways because y'all don't say anything when somebody's bigging y'all up. And I get it. A lot of y'all do get it. But when you see somebody that doesn't get it, you give her youth as an excuse. So I'm just trying to figure out what's the tea. What's the tea?
And they were telling us that our generation got it wrong. Their generation is getting it right. So I'm confused. If your generation has it right, why are y'all still coming up here talking about, should I look at them? Should I smell them? Should I touch them? Look, that generation grew up with social media. You know how these niggas are. You know how Blackistan is. You grew up seeing it.
Yeah, we didn't have that. We didn't have no.
Exactly. We didn't have a bird's eye view. Exactly. We had to figure this shit out on our own.
And then when we do say something, they say we bitter. So
we just old and bitter. So what are we, old and bitter and y'all got it right? Or what? I mean, which one is it?
DZ know how I feel about that whole Gen Z thing. I've never sung their praises like some of these other women do because I still see way too much mammying from them going on because they can't help it. They were raised by mammies also. So it's kind of like it's hard to say that the generation before them were all the mammies. Who the hell you think raised them? They were
Y'all look at
still
that
raised
banner.
by mammies.
Look at the banner. We got us an honest Gen Zer in here. Let me tell you something. Y'all, there is a lot of folks that send me hate mail, be up in my comments and all that shit, and they're Gen Zers. Basically fist pumping, right? For black men. I see a lot of them. So when I see TikToks and all this shit about how they know better, I get confused. I do. I'm like, okay, what's going on? What's going on? Because y'all are at the age, honestly, of where Dusties, they turn y'all into victims around that age. Then you have your first black baby. Then you end up divesting in your late 20s. I've seen this shit over and over again. I can't tell y'all how many motherfuckers I've seen whose oldest child is black and then the rest of them are mixed because you fall for it. You fall for it every single goddamn time. I don't have any full black children. It is what it is because I've seen them a mile away. But y'all got to pick what you're going to do, how you going to present yourself. I would tell you to get your ass away from them. I don't care if you live in Niggerville, Detroit. You can divest. You can get your ass away from them if you want to. Y'all are creative as fuck. That generation, y'all are creative as hell. Y'all tech savvy, all that shit. Because Lord knows I need some help on this technology. But y'all are tech savvy as hell. Y'all know how to get it. Look, I didn't even fucking know that you can order food on McDonald's until this bitch started twerking at McDonald's. So y'all, you could get away from them if you really want to. When you start saying I can't, it really means you don't want to.
I just think that they're more likely to swirl. I don't think that they're any more likely to divest than we were and anybody else were at that age. That's just how I feel. I just think they're just more likely to swirl, which is understandable, because they are more likely to be raised in integrated societies. That is fine. But I just feel like I feel like I get confident thinking, oh, the younger generation is getting it. And then I turn on the TV and there's a protest and it's filled with young black women.
Yeah. Like they're still marching, but like I said again, for me, we're talking about a generational thing. Look at who these girls were raised by. So it's kind of hard to say that they're not mammies when they were raised by mammies, and they picked up a lot of that bullshit. And you can see it's a lot of shit is still continuing. These girls have no business being out of shape over who these guys are still going to the prom with and what these guys are still doing. So that's how you know they still care way too much about what the young black boys are doing. And it's like, no, fuck that. Do you?
Yeah, Aaliyah, I agree. I agree with you wholeheartedly, honey. I agree.
I saw a lot of broken hearts about Bronny. I did.
And I didn't even know who Bronny was.
Okay,
Look,
here's
I
the
couldn't
thing.
believe it. I couldn't believe what I was looking at. I'm like, damn, they still upset. They still triggered when they never choose you anyway until they need to choose you because you got to speak life into them because they broke as fuck. But other than that, if they got their shit together, they normally don't choose you. You can't be surprised every time.
DC, do most of these black women and girls not realize that? Now, I'm probably the oldest ass person up here on the panel. Don't you guys realize that you're not the first choice? I don't care who he is, how much money he has, what he does in the community, but don't you realize you're not the preference and you will never be?
You ain't the second choice either because they'll fuck each other before they fuck you.
Right.
Never have been. They have always said they want something exotic. If she not white, she need to be Asian or Latina. So you ain't even in the top 5.
Exactly.
So,
and you're the come up girl. Black women, girls, black girls, you're the come up. You're always the effing come up. He may marry you, but you're still the come up.
The one that he wants when he has no money whatsoever. Because as soon as he gets some money, because they know at the end of the day, nobody wants a broke man but a black woman. Because we're still sitting up telling these girls, money don't matter. Look at character. It ain't about as long as he got potential. They still got these girls believe in that bullshit instead of look, you need somebody that has some resources and can take care of you. That's why I say these girls,
but they have no money or character.
that's what I'm saying. But this is what they tell them to make them feel better about being broke. Because, see, money is not an issue, just like that oppression shit doesn't become an issue until it comes to matters like this. You know that this nigga is broke and nobody should want to be bothered with him. But the only person that will most likely date him is going to be a young black girl. Because you have conditioned her to not want a whole lot or not ask for a whole lot. That's the reason why they stay shaming these girls all the time and try to call them gold diggers and prostitutes and all kind of bullshit. You are conditioning these girls to not want a whole lot because you know these niggas don't have a whole lot to offer.
Also, these Gen Z girls, I was getting all hyped up about them too, but watch TikTok videos.
Girl.
Ebony say I was getting all hyped up about it too.
Yeah, just watch some TikTok videos and see black girls crying and complaining.
Y'all, let me tell you something for the younger girls that are listening. My electric bill was due on May 10th. They didn't want potential. They didn't want character. They didn't want to know how fine he was. They wanted to know if his motherfucking ass had the $400 that they wanted. Period. So
girl, it's so bad. Did you see that video where that little 24-year-old girl just went out on that date and that dude made her walk back?
Yeah.
Oh, that shit made me mad. That shit made me mad. And she up here trying to, oh, well, I got money and I'm just trying to treat somebody how I would want to be treated. All that grooming. That's all that shit is when they be trying to make everything be equal. Oh, well, and her saying, oh, well, shit, I got money too, so I can do this and I can do that. That don't have nothing to do with it. That all is about grooming, trying to humble you and trying to make you feel like you don't deserve shit. So to make you feel like you, oh, well, I ain't gonna ask him for nothing I can't do myself and all that dumbass shit.
Is that not mammy talk? That's why I say they are conditioning these girls to think like that, to think that it's okay to pay for your own dates, to not require them to do anything for you. They're conditioning these girls like this. It's okay to date a broke ass man and he ain't got to come and get you and pick you up and open doors and treat you how a lady is supposed to be treated. And that's a bunch of bullshit. Fuck that. That's why I said these girls, they're still being raised by a bunch of fucking mammies. And they are conditioning these girls to put up with this bullshit instead of telling them, look, him being black is not a requirement. Go get you somebody that wants to be with you and treat you like a lady is supposed to be treated and will understand I need to open doors. I need to make her feel special. I need to pay for dates. So that's what all the little girls listening, that's what you should be focused on. And anybody's telling you any different, that you don't deserve that shit, get far the fuck away from them. Trust.
Aaliyah, you telling the truth. That shit go out the window when they see a dark-skinned black man with some dreads, honey. That motherfucker cannot have nothing. They still gonna be all up on him.
Well, I guess you're right about that too. It comes back to that mammy and that conditioning where they think that, oh, he dark skinned and chocolate, and that's all it takes. It's bullshit.
And they trying to prove to him. They trying to prove to him that they are good. That's another thing they try to do. Oh, I'm trying to prove to him that I can be a good woman and all of that shit. What you trying to prove some shit? He need to be trying to prove some shit to your ass. But that's that backwards shit that where they have the girls thinking that they have to try to prove and accept a lot of shit, you know, just to fuck with somebody.
And they're telling them it's okay to pay for your own shit if he don't have it. And it's like, no, I got my own shit too, but you better believe I'm gonna be in this motherfucker bag. Why? Because I am the woman of the relationship. Meaning if you want to spend some of my time, motherfucker, you want to take me out, which means you gonna goddamn pay. That is not negotiable. I'm not paying shit and I got it. But my money gonna stay where it belong, right in my account. So fuck all this 50-50. We not going Dutch. We not doing none of that. I am a lady. You are going to show up at my front door and treat me as such. And you going to pay for the goddamn day. Otherwise, bitch, lose my number. Don't ever contact me again on social media or otherwise.
But it's something else. The fact
that goes that goes for every goddamn body too. I'm not with this new age bullshit about, you know, you got to hold your own weight. Well, I'm going to hold my own pussy too. Have a great day, motherfucker. That's how that shit works. You don't have
Okay.
to prove anything to them. If they would just simply stop being desperate, they could reverse this shit in a heartbeat. If you're not going to divest and you're going to be a mammy and you're going to stay over there with him, boom, that's your choice. At least hold out until he does something. But you're going to find out that they don't do anything and you're going to end up divesting anyway. But go and find out the hard way. That's your choice. It's a free country, I guess, depending on where you at listening to me right now.
Or just
see,
her,
if you
or that just the
listen-
little girl even saying that when she was saying that he was like, oh well, I can't come and get you because something about my check didn't come. Okay, at that point, why are you still even willing to go with somebody that's telling you that they ain't got no
They ain't
damn
got no
money?
damn money.
Why are you
Exactly.
still willing to go out? What do you still want to be with him for? That's where I'm confused at.
And it's the
I'm
black
confused.
girls, it's the young black girls that they teach that shit to, and they've always done it. This is nothing new. They did the same thing with our generation. It's the young black girls. They teach you and they condition you to not really require a whole lot because they already know that you're
The
gonna be
black
fucking
man ain't
around.
got shit.
Exactly. They know he don't have anything. So if they tell you or teach you to not want anything, then that's not a problem. But no, fuck that. He need to have something. I don't give a fuck. If he wants to spend some of your time, he needs to have something. I don't give a fuck what they can call it whatever the fuck they want to call it. But they only feed that shit to little black girls because I guarantee you that white girl that's Dame Bronny, they know what that nigga daddy got in his bank account. And that's the only reason that they are going along with that shit. Trust and believe. Because if he was a broke ass nigga, no, they wouldn't be advising that girl to date him. Trust and believe.
Y'all, I cannot do it. It is what it is. If you want to, fuck your life up, that's on you. It really is at this point. I would, advise you not to because you got a long life ahead of you and a lot of shit you don't know yet. I remember being 20-something years old and I thought I knew every goddamn thing. The only thing I got right is the fact that I wasn't fucking with niggas. Point blank, period. Okay. Red Bell, are you here now? I see you click the link. What's going on? And she's still not here. Red Bell, let me ask you a question. Why are you clicking my link and just sitting there? Why are you doing that shit? I'm gonna put you back in the back. Okay.
Was I actually supposed to say something?
Hold on. You said when I called your name after clicking the link, were you supposed to say something?
Oh, hold on, my bad. That's my fault for clicking the link. I'll click out.
Okay, go in the comment section. Yeah, if you come up here, you're supposed to say something.
I'm confused. Why would you click the link to come on the panel if you're not going? I'm confused how we don't know that already.
She thought DZ was just gonna leave her backstage to look and listen. I don't know.
Girl, I'm confused on that. Like, what did you click in the link for though? I'm confused. Is it rocket science? Is it? Okay.
Child, let me just go ahead. I think it's about time that we cleared our chakras because that made no sense. Let's go. Are we better? Okay. See, when you click the link, let me tell you for those that don't know. Before you come in, StreamYards asks you to, test your mic, make sure you're connected, all that stuff. And the mic test part is probably because you're gonna speak. You see how that works? But we was talking about the 911 situation. Ladies, 911 is starting to take longer and longer to answer in these big cities. Why? Because crime is going up. We went over that before. Crime is skyrocketing in a lot of cities and suburbs around the country. Okay. We talked about the schools, how the schools are suffering because they have no tax base in certain neighborhoods. Okay. That's the same way it works with the 911 system. That's also paid by taxpayers. So when you have a bunch of niggas committing a bunch of crimes and they have to answer them in order in which they were received, it's going to take longer. So if you have this is why you got to divest. All you mammies, listen. If you have a sickly child, if you have an elderly parent that you're taking care of, if you have health issues on your own, you're going to have access to emergency services. But when you take up for Black men that are tearing the communities up and turning them into shithole crime-ridden neighborhoods, 911 is going to take longer to answer you. I hope we're clear on that. Let me show y'all something real quick because I am sick of the bullshit as well. Okay? I'm real sick of it. Let me find my video because we not doing this. We ain't going.
Brand new tonight, a call for action from Atlanta residents who say 911 operations need to be better before delays actually start costing lives. In just 1 week, voters will decide whether to invest more money into the city's call center.
11 Alive's Paulo Soro spoke with the people who experienced some of these delays themselves. She joins us live with their stories. Paula.
Yeah, Ron, I spoke with the 2 residents on camera and several others on social media, and all of them tell me they would vote to invest more money into the 911 call center because of problems that they faced firsthand with the facility there. And Mayor Andre Dickens says the facility could receive millions of dollars through a referendum that's on the ballot next week.
911, what's the location of the emergency?
3,000 calls come into this 911 call center every day, according to the agency's director. Ryan Connor was one of those calls on Friday as his girlfriend was having a seizure.
Her sister tried calling 911 and it had been just immediately went to a voicemail.
He says his fast action was returned by slow response. 2 calls to 911 went to voicemail and EMTs took a while to arrive.
The ambulance took an hour to get there. Fortunately,
y'all hear that? So if any of you are epileptic and you out here taking up for niggas, you are killing yourself, okay? Because they have to go to the gunshots, they have to go to the burglaries, they have to go to the R words, they have to go to all these different places that you claim that you want the police defunded as well. I don't think they know how money works in these municipalities. If the tax base isn't paying it, the place is going to be understaffed. Mm-hmm. And then you're going to go vote to add more staff, but don't want to pay any taxes. It doesn't work like that. Let's keep going. Now, I sense the white flight getting ready to happen with him and his girlfriend. It's getting ready to go down because his girlfriend has epilepsy and the fucking ambulance took an hour to come.
Fortunately, my girlfriend's okay, but it did make me think, okay, well, if she was in a car and it happened, or somebody had a heart attack.
The 911 director here says only 82% of calls are answered within the first seconds. Chelsea Apia made up the other 18% when she dialed 911 3 weeks ago to help a friend that she says was being followed by a man.
That's your situation. Mammies was looking like, oh no, I don't nobody care about that white boy not being able to take care of his girlfriend. Fuck that. Well, look at you up here. Look at what she called 911 for, you dumb bitch. Let's go.
She says she remembers being on hold for over 20 minutes.
You could tell it was kind of a busy night because the dispatch seemed a little maybe agitated, which is fine because I understand they're getting a lot of calls, but it doesn't change the urgency of the matter.
Mayor Andre Dickens, who toured the facility Tuesday, says he believes a bond referendum totaling to more than $15 million will help address the issues delaying response. He says multiple power and AC outages as well as water leaks have contributed to the center not being able to retain employees or answer calls efficiently.
The last thing I want is somebody in an emergency to go to a system that's not responsive.
Somebody like Ryan or Chelsea.
Me and my friend, we both felt helpless. We kind of started to brainstorm, who else could we call? Is there a shelter or is there an additional Atlanta resource?
Now, referendum number 3 on the ballot would help pay for infrastructure improvements at the facility. And Mayor Dick.
In case y'all missed it, her and her friend was walking down the street and a grape started following them. They were on hold for 20 minutes. See, when you protect Black males, you're literally sacrificing Black women. That is treasonous as fuck. You mean to tell me that you're going to sacrifice other women who happen to look like you? It might be you next time. And you're going to be standing in front of a camera crying your eyes out talking about they need to do something. They need to do something. Yeah, they trying to do something, but you said defund the shit. And when they listen to you, you don't like it. I'm so glad that my 911 calls do not go to Atlanta. Point blank, period. Because y'all don't understand how the world works. And it's really, really fucked up. And now it's becoming dangerous. And what happened to her? She was a pretty dark skinned girl. Remember, they don't want you, but they will follow your motherfucking ass home. I'm glad nothing happened to them, but they weren't able to get through. They're thinking about shelters and all this different shit instead of going to the meat and potatoes of the problem. And the fact of the matter is, it's the crime that's too high. Who's committing the crime? Well, those are your sons, by the way. But you don't want to say that. You want to say the government ain't doing enough. Well, when they go upside these niggas' heads, you want to go ahead and protest them. So you can't help Blackistan. Don't try to help Blackistan. They want unreasonable shit. They want protection with no protection. They want to be lactose intolerant and drink a gallon of milk. This is just how they are. That's why they're getting ignored more and more and more. So you got to get out their municipalities, point blank, period. That was scary. Kyra, welcome to the panel.
Oh, hey, DZ. Oh, I was just hoping I could just stay behind here and not be on The Voice.
Shut up, girl.
Well, I mean, Aaliyah, DZ, we've been in Atlanta. How many times have we been followed or harassed, especially when we're out in Atlanta?
All the time. The gas station, the grocery store, it doesn't matter. They will hunt you down. They always standing around trying to talk to you about something. It's like, go away. Go get a job. Do something. Yeah.
Impossible.
But I mean, my thing is, at least in Georgia, we have the right to carry. Could you imagine this sort of 911 crisis going on in a place like New York or a place where they really have strict gun laws?
Man,
well, if it was New York, neither one of them girls would have eyeballs because they would have been chewed out.
It's coming down to the fact that Black women just need to make a decision and stick with it. You can't sit up and look, either these men are a threat that you need to be protected from, or they're not. Stop trying to scold other Black women for what they're saying about them and join us in the fight so we could get more handled. When we stick together, those bitches will rather be against us than just say what it is. They're dangerous. They are a threat. We do need to be protected from them. But every time they have an opportunity to stand up and stand with us and say that, they throw us completely under the bus and say that we're exaggerating because they're not all bad.
Girl, let me tell y'all something. I'm glad you said that. So I was looking at my Discord and somebody put in there that a special someone was in Clubhouse saying that we're putting a target on Black women's backs.
They've been saying
to be
is this Percocet again?
Nah. Oh. It's someone that's close to Percocet though.
They've been saying that. They've been saying we're putting a target on Black women. Why? Because we're telling them the fucking truth. That's
I'm
the
trying
target.
to figure out who was putting the target on Black women's back before the advent of the internet, because the murder rate was extremely high for Black women back then too. Who was doing that before divestment was even a thing or anybody talked about it in groups? Who was putting the target? How can you explain those murders? I'm gonna need those murders explained before you say that shit again. Word the fuck up. I'm gonna need that shit explained. I don't understand. If you don't want to divest, don't divest. But don't make up shit. Don't make shit up. We're telling them to get the fuck away from these assholes. You, on the other hand, are telling them not all and giving them a chance. So who's doing what again? I'm confused.
What I find most interesting is they talk shit about us calling them apes or gorillas or nakers or whatever, but they have called them all of that and then some, and they're still doing it. See, that's why I can't really get on board with too much of this internet shit, because a lot of these bitches just stupid and they ain't serious. They just want to throw other Black women under the bus all the goddamn time when really they're doing and saying the same fucking things. But it's just, like I said, Black women gonna have to make a decision. How do you want it? Do you want it to be able to call the police and it take them 30 minutes to get there because y'all have been shitting on them and screaming defund them, and then when you actually need one, they take their time getting there? Or do you want to send the message, hey, we actually do need protection from these men. These are our biggest predators. They are literally fucking hunting us. We need protection. They won't open their mouths and they won't say it. And that's what pisses me the fuck off. And that's why I have no sympathy for them. Open up your mouth. You say a closed mouth don't get fed any other time.
Boom.
But I don't think that they see a problem though. That's what I'm looking at, because they don't see a problem. I really do think Black women, majority, don't see a problem with what Black men are doing. They don't see a problem with it.
I guess you're right about that. And it's sad because it puts other Black women in danger because they care more about how their sons and their friends and the Black men they actually like are going to be perceived, instead of taking a look at the whole entire collective of Black women and Black men and deciding, look, these men is killing this group of women every 5.5 hours. Take your goddamn feelings out of it for a second and pay attention to what the fuck is going on. It's more important than hurting your precious son's feelings at this point.
Girl, speaking of friends, right? This is the very last video I'm gonna show tonight. Y'all wonder why when someone comes up here and they say, I was talking to him and he said, and then I texted this and he said, and I'm always like, you got Black male friends? You got Black male friends? Let's start there. What? You got Black male friends? Let's see what a Black male friend does. Let's go.
An East Point woman is dead. Her family tells Fox 5 she was shot and killed by a man who had just moved in with her. Police tell us that man is now behind bars. Fox 5's Angelique Proctor has more of this tragic story from Washington Road.
An Atlanta mother is distraught. She says her 21-year-old daughter was shot and killed by a man she was only trying to help.
Stop that shit. Stop it. She's no longer here, only trying to help. Knock that shit off. You're not being mean. You're protecting yourself. Look at this woman's face. That was her mom. Let's go.
I feel empty. I feel numb. I feel confused.
Shalika Reed is having a hard time holding it together after the unexpected shooting death of her daughter, Denisha Smith. East Point police tell us the 21-year-old was shot and killed by Shelton Handspike after the two got into an argument at her Lexington apartment on Washington Road Tuesday.
If I'm struggling for my rent, ain't no use in you being here if you're not gonna help me. So she just asked him to leave.
Ms. Reed says suspect Handspike got angry about being told to move out and grabbed a gun from another woman who was in the apartment. She says the two were not romantically involved. She says Denisha tried to fight back, but Handspike overpowered her.
She was looking out for him till he got on his feet. She thought that he was her friend and he killed her. He murdered, slaughtered, overkilled my child. My child got shot 6-7 times.
This is another case that could have been solved with better conflict resolution.
Girl, quit lying. They ain't gonna be no conflict resolution. They don't even know how to spell that shit. They don't know how to do it. Y'all, this is your friends. Remember, well, I don't romantically get involved with Black men, but I know Tyrone, I know Daquan, I know that. What? You might as well get into a relationship with them because they feel like you owe them help whenever they're down. That's what you're there for. Remember, you're a mule. So whether you're with him or not, you being a Black woman, you're supposed to help them when they don't have, which is usually all the time. I'm done.
I have a question for Black women in general. What's the purpose of getting all this education and all this Black girl magic and getting all these resources and everything that's available to you? If you're going to turn around and use it to house and shelter and fuck these dusty ass niggas, I just don't get it. These young ladies have so much that we didn't have, and they have access to so much, and they get it and still house these motherfucking niggas. I can't see it.
That was her friend, y'all. That was
They
her.
are oppressed.
Well, it's like what Aaliyah, excuse me.
Go ahead.
It's like what Aaliyah was saying earlier. Black girls are conditioned to see all black men as a relative and to help them. Like, black girls are conditioned into that bullshit. Like, I feel sorry for her mother, but I wonder if her mother objected to her helping him out in the first place.
I don't know.
Did you look at that woman? No, she ain't have no objection to it. I can look at her and tell it.
But that's what we're talking about. We're groomed, black women, we're groomed to always help out a brother, always have sympathy for him, always have a soft place for him to rest and all that shit.
She's no longer here. Now, it's talking about that black girl magic ass bullshit. They'll be on these sites, right, that are supposed to be for the upliftment of black girl spirit, making black women feel wonderful, making them feel beautiful. And we're going to put out the information that you need to know to help protect black girls. But when something like this happens, they tuck tail and run. Now, but they didn't miss that Buffalo part. You see where I'm going with this? You don't see any of this. They're not going to tell you not to be friends with their son. They're not going to tell you. But what they're going to tell you is that there's white supremacists out here. Ain't nobody said there wasn't white supremacists out here, you dumb bitch. But you need to tell your daughter that you can't help any of them, no matter what the relationship is. I don't even believe in black women helping their male siblings. I don't.
Well, DZ, you've covered stories where I at least remember two where a black woman you've covered was trying to help her brother. One of them got shot to eight times over toilet paper, and then the other one got her fiance shot by trying to help her brother. So no, you cannot even help your black male relatives, not even your brothers, your literal brothers.
You're right. It's funny how people get sick of hearing about it, but they're not getting sick of the black males doing this. If you're tired of hearing about it, check this out. Why don't you go to your community and tell your men to stop giving DZ material? Y'all see how many videos I got queued up. I don't be having time to go through all of them because they do the shit so much. They do the shit so much. I wanted to talk to y'all about these two black women that got evicted for twerking at the pool, but I ain't had time to get to it.
I mean, at this point, I don't give a fuck. They can say whatever they want to say about us talking about black men, us needing to move on. Here's the thing, and I hope these bitches are listening very fucking closely. I don't have any fucking children. I don't date black men. I don't do any of that. But here's what I do have. I have a whole plethora of young black female cousins, and I have two young nieces that are growing up around this bullshit. And when the shit that these motherfuckers are pulling fucks with them, I gives a fuck about that. And guess what? As an auntie and as a cousin, I reserve the right to say whatever the fuck I want to say. Because when you fuck with mine, oh baby, I gives a fuck about that. And I fuck back. So understand that. To the bitches in Clubhouse, on YouTube, and anywhere else, understand that first about this divested woman. Understand that.
Yeah, you supposed to be sitting up here putting your femininity on display. Let me tell you who I reserved my femininity for. The one that paid for that aforementioned phone light bill I was telling y'all about. That's who I reserve it for. Y'all don't owe these niggas online no damn femininity. For what? You not in dress rehearsal to become they side bitch. You don't have to do that. You don't. But you do have to protect your damn self. You have to.
I have to prove my femininity to no goddamn body. I'm a grown ass woman. I got a set of titties or pussy in my ass poke when I walk out, and I bleed every goddamn month. That's all the femininity I need. Okay, I don't have to prove that to anybody. That shit is evident. Okay, that's why I say they can miss me with a whole bunch of this other bullshit, because I really don't give a fuck about none of that. See, because if you are a really feminine woman, that shit, you will exude that naturally. You don't have to try to convince other people that that's what you are. You don't have to keep on saying it. Anytime you got to constantly tell people what you are, that means it's not evident when they look at you. But see, that's why I say it's just a whole bunch of bullshit. I have a split. I have estrogen. I bleed every month. I am all motherfucking woman. 100%. I don't have to prove that to any fucking body, especially not another woman. What the fuck?
And this
Yeah,
is
it's like, well, what is
also
all of this going around trying to make
right.
every black woman prove she feminine and all that shit? It's like, I don't give a fuck if you think I'm feminine, masculine, whatever the fuck. I don't understand all of this trying to prove everything to people that they think that they try to have the black women and girls do. And I don't like how they feed into the shit. And I always have to announce, oh, well, I'm feminine and I'm not masculine. It's like, girl, who give a fuck? Just be yourself. Quit worrying about all that shit.
I've never heard anyone outside of Blackistan question a woman's femininity on face like
Boom.
that. It's just this
Boom.
is something that's in Blackistan, and they keep pressuring black women that are still in Blackistan to prove your femininity because your men don't exude any masculinity. That's really what it is.
Oops.
And then all of this too about I've been saying on Facebook, post a picture of yourself with no makeup, no weave, and all this, trying to always get you to, like, to me, look plain or look. And what is all? I don't understand none of that neither.
They're trying
Why
to
you
strip you of
online?
your they're trying to strip you of your femininity because they know part of being feminine is your beauty rituals, the way you fix your hair, your perfume, the way you fix yourself up. That's part of your feminine essence. If they can tell you they like you natural, they want you to strip that so you can look more masculine. That's Blackistani bullshit.
And they feed me into it. I can't tell you how many times on my news feed on Facebook I'll see, random
Girl,
people
swallow that
posting that.
shit.
I'm sorry. Random people posting that, and then you got all these black women posting pictures of themselves with no makeup and no weave. And I'm like, what do y'all get out of that? What do you
Look,
get out of that?
my white man his cock gets hard as a rock seeing me in the mirror in my vanity, putting on my makeup, putting on my perfume. That turns him on because I'm basking in my feminine essence when I do that.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do that for. I'm not getting ready to come out here with that bullshit. Holding whole goddamn classes on how to be feminine. Man, listen, we not fixing to do that. Casual tea sipper, are you dusty?
No, I'm not.
What you got?
All right. It was a lot. It was a lot said, and I'm tired because I've been working a lot. But I just want to tell like a little bit of a story that my friend told me earlier today. I'm divested. She's not, and I've been trying to I ain't trying to put it all on her 100%. So I just
Casual tea sipper.
casually.
Casual tea sipper. Make sure that you tell the shortest version of this story, okay?
Oh, right. Oh, it's gonna be short.
Okay.
And so I try to drop little casual hints to kind of gauge where she is, but she ain't going. She's stuck in Blackistan, so whatever. But anyway, she just in Blackistan. But she went to this party with her family members or whatever, and the girl she in between jobs. And she went to a party and she had no money for gas to get home. I'm like, she thought her car was gonna make it. Anyway, so she runs out of gas and she's stuck on the side of the road and she didn't call me. I didn't know. She just told me the story today. And a car came and stopped and checked on her. And it was like a young black guy. And he was like, she was like, my car, I don't have any gas, I don't have any money, he's like, oh, I can help you if you he pulled out his dust log and was like, if you give me some cat, I'll help you.
Well,
And
that's being a black man. That's what they do. Absolutely.
but I'm saying it cleanly. And she just got scared, but she and she rolled her windows up, and then another car came. It was an older black man, and he told her, he helped her out and everything, gave her some gas, whatever like that. But I was just like, she told me that story because I was just telling her about anytime I've had car trouble, is always, I'm in Texas, it's always been like a Hispanic guy or a white guy that's pulled over, and black guys have usually just kept going or never helped me. So she had to prove that it's a unicorn out there that's gonna help a black woman. And so she told me that story. And I was like, yeah, but the young black dude wanted sex from you. I'm telling you a story of Hispanic people don't even know
If I
me.
were you, I wouldn't go back and forth with that bitch.
Yeah.
Because to try to prove that there's a unicorn, she's antagonizing you. That's all that is. Y'all don't let these bitches do that to you. As soon as they start that shit, grab your purse and exit. Because you have all the receipts. She's just doing, what she experienced in her personal life. The general experience with black women does not go that way. It doesn't. So unicorn my entire ass. All right.
But that was it. You know, I have Dusty family members, and you know, growing up, like this is my part of it. I've been pretty much, I don't know, I didn't know the word for divested, but I've been essentially divested since I was about 9 years old, because I had like these older brothers, and my mom didn't require nothing of them. Like me and my sister, 9 years old, having to clean up after my older brothers, like doing
I
their
believe you.
dishes, cleaning up their rooms,
Let me ask
folding
you a
up their
question.
laundry.
Are you in my Discord, darling? Because
No, I haven't got on it.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, we tell stories like that back there, you know, the really long ones like that.
Gotcha.
So I just wanted to, you know, chime in real quick and see if this other person is Dusty as well. True girl, are you Dusty?
I am not Dusty. Okay, everyone can hear me. Yep, I'm not Dusty. I just wanted to make hi ladies, hi everybody.
Hi.
Hi. I just wanted to make a comment about the argument with the masculine and the feminine energy, and just to express my frustration in that I don't know, like, and I know the Cosby Show is a bad show, but at least it showed a woman, it represented a woman of color as having a career.
I'm already ready.
Okay. And so I'm like, anything you accomplish in this world is going to take like grit and perseverance and discipline, even engaging in like skincare and quote unquote feminine habits, makeup routines, stuff like that. And it just seems as though they're pushing brown women to be, and nothing against airheads or whatever, but it just seems as though like it's like that pimp culture type thing. It's like, hey, let me take advantage of you constantly.
Who's pushing that?
This narrative of always being in a feminine, and I put that in air quotes. In Blackistan, like our women aren't feminine enough, and I'm just like, you know, every other group I see, host of doctors, like Asian women, Indian women, they fill all sorts of positions, and I've never heard them once say, "Oh, she's too masculine."
Because your men are jackasses. You don't get the same
Basically.
treatment. They're jackasses. Period.
And you want to know who popularized that by making fun of women with PhDs?
Niggas.
Yes.
This is why I hate when people say they. They don't want to say niggas.
Niggas did that. I haven't had a white man call me masculine yet. And I cuss in front of it. Listen, I'm not fixing the curtsy, especially around no nigga. Are you serious? They see that as a form of, they'll turn you into a fucking victim right there. Okay. They're out here.
This is the only, go ahead.
They're out here telling people that you're masculine. Have you ever been called masculine by an Asian man? I haven't.
No, this is literally the only community that has took and tried to make a mockery out of education and try to shame other women for going to school, getting degrees to better yourself. And if they're really being honest, they know that Black women have no choice but to be the best, the most educated. We had no choice. Our men did not have anything. They did not provide anything. So we were always taught that education was the big equalizer. So when you start having children, how are you and your children going to eat if you can't get the job? So we had to do what we had to do. And you would think that that shit would have been respected. But instead, these men took that as an opportunity to call you masculine and shit all over you. When, like you were saying, in other communities, they look to put out doctors and lawyers and people of that. They think that that's a good thing. This is the only community that shits all over educated women.
Yeah, that was just, yeah. I don't want to take up any more time, but yeah, when I heard that, I get so disgusted because it's so, and I listen to the language that they use. I'm an older woman, so a lot of this stuff I'm like, BS. I call BS on a lot. And I'm just like, someone young and impressionable, you know, trying to find their way in the world. They hear this from people who look like them. And I'm just like, really, people? You know, and maybe it's just a hustle, but that was just my 2 cents. And thank you for having me up. Mm-hmm.
Of course, true gal. With the day though, like what Lipstick was saying, It's usually black men that's trying to portray you as masculine.
Mhm.
And here's the
Yes.
deal. Since you don't want to be portrayed that way, why don't you stay out the camera with your fists in the air and your mouth open?
Yeah.
Start there. Stop letting there be Google stock photos of you looking like you ready to whoop everybody's ass. You can start there. Because it'll kill two birds with one stone. Number one, you'll quit looking masculine. Number two, you'll quit fighting for motherfuckers that ain't gonna fight for you. They don't want this smoke.
Stop jumping between the police and your funky ass son.
Mm.
And I'd like to add, you have to remember, black males have a vested interest in black women feeling lowly about themselves. And so that's why they always demonize anything that's different or something that we're doing, they always demonize it to make us feel bad. If you wear a weave, then they demonize you for not being natural. If you're natural, they demonize you for having kinky hair. If you're educated, they demonize you for being masculine. If you're uneducated and work at McDonald's, they demonize you for being a broke bitch. Like, all it is to keep you chasing your tail and be feeling lowly and have poor self-esteem, so you're always there for them to grift off of.
Listen, y'all got the answers. You know what it is. You know what it is. Everything else is just a pure deflection. You know, the shit that they accuse us of doing is a deflection. Anything to keep you, y'all. I'm not gonna keep you. I promise I'm not gonna keep you. Let me tell you these last two things and I got you. Right? There was a post somewhere. I can't remember which space it was in, but it was a screenshot of it in my Discord where this chick was basically saying that white men are out here saying that they're not gonna mess with divestors because, let me tell you something, bitch. Okay? None of us go around introducing ourselves as divestors. Hey, Brad, I'm divested. What we eating tonight? Nobody says that shit. Are you dumb? Are you insane? And the fact of the matter is, if a white man knows about divestment, that means he spent too much goddamn time on the internet. How about that fucking part? Okay? I doubt if he's a builder. I doubt if he's not black male adjacent. I doubt that you would want to be fucked up with him anyway if he start talking to you about some shit about divestment. People that are not into that shit, they out somewhere building. Okay? It's too much other shit to be doing than to sit around and cackling like a bunch of old women on a porch, sipping mint julep, talking about child. Divestors ain't got shit to worry about because we don't go in public with divestor t-shirts on. We don't introduce ourselves to people saying, hey, how you doing? You know I'm divested, right? I don't use that word around folk. Ever. If you have access to me in the flesh, you won't never hear me say a word about divestment. You'll know I'm divested, though, by the way I move. I'm talking about you, mammy. You'll know. I'm the one that gets up from the table once you start flagging niggas over to the table. All right, girl, I'll holler at you. Yeah. I gotta go. Type shit. But let me show y'all this as well, because I'm getting ready to show you the deception of mammies, and y'all need to quit feeling sorry for these hoes because they ask for it a lot of times with some of the things that happen to them, like evictions.
My name is Marchette Foster, and I am a resident here at Element South Park Apartments. This past Monday, my daughter and I, we received a verbal notification of termination of lease. So my daughter and I we will be evicted. Saturday, my daughter had a couple of her guests over in the pool, and mind you, the wristband to resident that hasn't been put into place yet. They were in the pool. They were dancing, having fun. What young people do? They're dancing. The sun outside. They're having a good time. What do you think would happen? Yes, concierge was called, and they told her that she had to leave the pool. And she said, well, wait, why do I have to leave the pool? She said, well, who's the resident? The concierge said, who's the resident? And my daughter said, I'm the resident. She said, well, there's only 2 people allowed per resident allowed in the pool. She said, well, are you going to tell that group, those several groups over there, the same thing? And she's like, well, if you want to rent out the pool, if you're going to have more than 2 guests, you're going to have to rent out the pool for $150. I was just very floored because my daughter did tell me what had happened, but the stories, of course, from the manager was a little bit more egregious. This is very troublesome to me. I really believe this residence, this actual apartment is, they do not spread the rules fairly. You are discriminated here. The rules do not apply. They're not the same when it comes to some people of color versus some people that are not of color.
Okay, y'all heard that pitiful story, right? She's making it as if her and her daughter, and just a couple of her daughter's friends were at the pool solving jigsaw puzzles, just being just your run of the mill, having a good Saturday afternoon.
Reading the Bible.
Mm-hmm. And then the big bad white folks came up and said, "You need to get your black ass away from this pool." Well, let me tell you what exactly happened. For real, share this goddamn screen and get your advertisement from up out of here, because we got some shit to talk about. Listen to me, and listen to me very carefully. The daughter had multiple people there, right? They were out there being a complete nuisance. Plus, a fight broke the fuck out. A couple of fights, from what I understand. Loud. Other kids weren't able to, relax at the pool or play in the pool or whatever the hell kids do at the pool. There was a whole bunch of sexual innuendo shit going on around minors. You see this pitiful picture they took? This is the type of pictures motherfuckers take for GoFundMe after they gave Tyrone their tax money. Y'all, it's wearing thin. It's wearing thin. Now, let's just say there was another party of white people at that same pool the same day, right? You got to listen to this part. Is this thing on? Your men don't own anything. The Becky and her daughter, the management and the owners look like them, okay? You can't go anywhere and not be a guest because your community doesn't own anything. I don't give a fuck if you pay rent there. You cannot not follow your lease. She's trying to get a crowd together because her fighting ass, twerking ass party got shut the fuck down. Also, she went on ahead and omitted this part. One of the daughter's friends went to cussing the concierge the fuck out. It was a hot ass mess. So make sure before you start taking up for somebody that's a mammy that you know what the hell happened, okay? Because I'm going to be honest with you. If I'm renting a house to you and there's some shit going on, y'all out there with loud music, y'all out there fighting and acting a damn fool, you're going to get an eviction notice from me too. So what you going to blame it on then? Because I ain't being racist towards you. What am I being? I'm trying to make sure that my property value don't go down. If somebody was on the market to rent an apartment from that place and they walked by that pool and saw this going down, are you going to rent there? Would you rent there? Your nonsense is causing people money. You have to understand that until Tyrone them build apartment complexes where you could call it twerking at the cove if you want to. But if you got to go to these other folks and ask them for somewhere to live, you're going to have to chill. You're going to have to chill. I don't know what y'all smoking on, but you don't get what you keep calling equality when the whole playing field is fucked because your men are conquered. I don't know what part about that folks don't understand, but I'm sorry, it's reality. If Becky is doing something versus when you're doing something, it's going to fall down to who owns the shit where y'all are acting a fool at. That's reality. That equality, Martin Luther King bullshit y'all living on, that's not real. It's not real. Okay? And this is why you don't get a call back for your apartment or the job or whatever, because you're going to bring, it was just them two right there. Just them two on the screen. But after you sign the lease, you bring your crew. Do you think she was bringing Rhodes Scholars to that pool? I think the fuck not. The hell is going on around this bitch? It's on you, Shane.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. I don't really have much to say on this. I'm just sick of them running around, ruining opportunities for the rest of us who know how to act right. I just really wish if they don't want to act like civilized human beings, they need to go back to the Black Hispanic jungle and stay there. And then stop complaining too, like you said. If the Nakers are not going to build anything, you're always going to be at somebody else's mercy.
Mm-hmm.
You need to take that up with the Nakers or shut the hell up and deal with it.
That's a fact.
I agree with what you said, DZ, when you said we can't expect equality. And I totally agree with that. I know a lot of people want to believe that we can be equal, but equality assumes that there's a one-to-one relationship, right?
Like for everything a black man has, a white man has, or everything a white man has, a black man has. So therefore, there could be equality. But because black men have not built anything, they don't own anything, they aren't trying to conquer anything. We can't go around demanding that other races give us equal access to what they've built. It just doesn't make sense.
They live in la la land with that bullshit. Go ahead, Aaliyah.
Like I said, I just told, we talk about this all the time, DZ, and I just said straight up, Black people are under the impression that life is fair. And life, it doesn't work that way. Life is not fair. Everything's not going to be equal. You're not going to be able to do everything everybody else does. It just doesn't work that way. Like, nobody gives a fuck your feelings, fuck how you feel about it. You expecting equality, but you have nothing to bargain with, so you get what you get. I don't know when they're going to learn that. When you come from a community where nobody produces anything, nobody builds anything, you haven't made yourself valuable to anybody, you're not, valuable members of society. There's nothing that we produce that people by and large really need for real. The men are going around running amok, fucking up everything. Actually, you are liabilities, if anything. So I don't understand why they don't understand that life is not fair.
It's not. And it's not going to be. It could be leveled out if you had a counterpart worth a damn that was going to have you the face as a real estate owner, you as the face of peace and all this extra shit. They got you out here looking real bad and didn't provide anything. And you got the fucking nerve to continue to protect their image. How dare you? Needless to say, I don't feel sorry for this woman. You and your daughter are the only ones in that apartment. And look, it goes without saying the father ain't nowhere around. Let's just put that shit the fuck out there. He ain't nowhere around. But it's you and your daughter. That's y'all's residence. Quit bringing these Blackistani fools to your shit. I'm starting to suspect you may be Blackistani and you couldn't help it. You couldn't help it. And then if there's a policy for you to rent the damn pool, rent the damn pool. It's just $150. But again, pillow to post, struggle. That's all it's about. But hey, it's your life. You're going to continue to get put out of buildings. Security is going to escort you to the door, and then you're going to go pick it. Wash, rinse, repeat. Okay? I'm fixing to go have some fun, y'all. That's what I'm fixing to do. Back behind the wall where I can talk all the shit I want to. All right? I appreciate y'all coming up.
Good night, lady.
Good night, y'all. I'll see y'all later in the chat. Thank you for coming by.
Good night.
Bye.